Good morning. In this video, we will see how to configure the APN in the VESTA panels. The configuration of the APN is very important if you want to have an internet connection on our panel through a SIM card. As a configuration route, we have three options. If we have access to the internet, we can do it with the installer app. We can do it from the home portal server or from the web browser on our computer. If we do not have access to the internet, we can do it locally with the panel's local IP or through an SMS. We send a text message by SMS to our panel and the APN will be configured. Let's see the three settings. First, we have to insert the SIM card in the side slot. Once inserted, we supply power to our panel, connect the network cable if we want to configure it from the installer app or from the web browser. As I said before, we are going to perform the configuration from the computer and from the installer app. Now let's configure the APN from the web with home portal server. For that, we have to enter smarthomesec.bydemes.com and enter our username and password. In this case, Demes1 and my password. Let's enter the settings section. The default installer password is 7982. Let's choose the GSM section, and within this section, we have to program the APN of our communications company. In this case, we have a company like Vodafone, Orange, or any other. We have to put the direction of APN here. And here, if you have a username and password, we also program them. After that is done, click Submit, and our APN is programmed through the web page. And now we are going to program APN from the SmartHome Sec installer application available for Android and iOS. We will open the application, choose the installer section. We put our data and our password. We click on Sign In. We choose the desired panel. And we enter the installer code, which is by default 7982. We will click on the settings gear and we will choose GSM. Within the GSM section, we can perform the APN programming. As you can see, I had previously programmed m2m.vodafone.com, but I could have programmed my APN as needed. APN Internet works with almost all companies. So if you don't know your communication company APN, you can try this one. After that is finished, click Submit and our information is saved. As we saw, when we have access to the internet, we can program from the home portal server or through the app. In case we do not have access to the internet, it can also be programmed locally. To do this, just connect our panel to the router. It doesn't matter that you don't have an active internet connection. There is no problem. This is done just to give your panel an IP address. We open the small software called Finder, which is available for download on our website, and do a search of the local IP of our panel. In this case, it already tells us the IP. The username and password are as follows. Here we have the Finder software, which found the IP address of the panel we have on the local network. We click on it 2 times. and it will take us to the web browser of that local IP. We will enter the network section, GSM, and here we have the APN website where we can program it. If we know the company's APN, we put it here. For example, Gemini T2.m2m. We click OK and our APN is programmed correctly. And lastly, if we don't have access to the internet, in addition to programming via local IP, we can also do it by SMS. The only thing we have to do is write an SMS on our mobile phone with the following data: GAPN: PROG. The installer code, which in this case, if not changed, is 7982, the company's APN in use, the username and password. In case you don't have a username and password, don't put anything and just send a text message. Once the panel receives the SMS, it will respond with an OK. By doing this, we have programmed the APN of our VESTA panel and transmission via GPRS.